Yep. Hey guys, last video all of you were really excited that I finally got to work on a Miata again. I bought this soft top of a friend of mine. It was $100 and this one should be leak free. Also got the rain seal with it. And another thing, a guy in the comments suggested that I should just weld the differential because, as you know, it completely snapped off. This is cast aluminum and it welded pretty good. At first I wasn't too sure, but it turned out pretty okay. Looks really decent. And of course I welded it with my brand new AC/DC TIG welder, and AC is stuff you need to weld on aluminum. This is my practice piece for intercooler tubing. This bead was actually going pretty good. And this was just messing around with some settings, as you can see, way too hot and a little bit too slow. There I have the new radiator for the 2JZ Volvo. And like I told you guys last video, this car needs a new MOT. So I also got a new rear brake line, going to be installing that. Need to bleed the clutch cylinder because for some reason the previous owner decided to take out the clutch slave cylinder while removing engine. Tip, never do that, it really isn't necessary. Just leave it in there, makes everything a whole lot easier. Further than that, a few small other things, but let's get down to work and get some stuff done. It's only a matter of time before this starts leaking, and it's a failure for the MOT, so this will be replaced. But first let's get the axles in there and then put the exhaust underneath the car. A few minutes in and this side's already done. I used a ratchet strap to get this thing in place and then tighten everything down using air tools, using a lift, a ratchet strap. Everything makes working on cars a whole lot more fun. And I'm really getting a different rear bumper. This thing is so haggard. Maybe I'm going to keep it, depends on how loud the exhaust is and how it will look once the entire car is cleaned, because right now it's absolutely disgusting. Everywhere there's oil, grease and fingerprints and a bit of rust. Yeah, it's a Miata, so you get free rust with it. This is what I did. I got a tire iron, put it between my seat, a brick, and the brake pedal. That way, like I said, the brake is depressed and the compensation hole, don't know how you call it, blocks off the channel for the container and no fluid will come out. And as you can see, there is no brake fluid coming out. So that's why you always want to depress the brake pedal to make sure that the compensation hole, or that's how you call it in the Netherlands, is blocked and not all of the oil will start pissing out. Or oil, brake fluid. It's not an oil. This is my brake bleeding setup. I use this tool. It creates a vacuum inside here, so it draws all of the fluid from the front to the rear and make sure that all of the air bubbles get out. The brakes are bled, the clutch is bled, and the fluid looks quite a bit better than it did before. So now let's top off the radiator with some fresh coolant. Put a little bit of windscreen washer fluid in there and of course blinker fluid. Do you guys hate it just as much as I do when people fill up oil or something else like this instead of like this? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, boy. And the clutch engagement. It works as always. First try, it immediately fires up. That's always a great feeling when you know you've done everything correct. I've done quite a bit of work off camera and the NB is almost done. Last thing I'm gonna do is weld the exhaust shot. They just welded a whole bunch in there, but there was no penetration. Actually, yeah, it's just on there with this weld here, and yeah, I believe that's actually it. Unfortunately, the power steering can't finish it today because I got the line for NB power steering, and it turns out that I got NA power steering pump on here, and damn, this thing looks nasty. So I cleaned up the old welds on this exhaust, and as you can see, yeah, there was literally no penetration whatsoever. So I'm going to weld it all around and probably in the future get a different exhaust. Maybe if it isn't too obnoxious, then I will keep it. And all these tools in the workshop, the welding machine, the lift, and yeah, everything makes working on the cars so much more fun. I guess I know I say it like 1,000 times, but it's true. Yep. Okay, maybe I'm going to keep the stock exhaust. It sounds really good. The brakes are slowly starting to feel better, but there's still a slight wobble in them. Maybe they're warped, but not quite sure. Let me turn around and then give the car a proper clean. And yeah, like I said, I'm super excited that the car runs. I do need to fix the power steering, like I said. I'm turning the fan off. So the power steering is quite heavy now because nothing is hooked up to it. And also, of course, the belt. And of course, the belt isn't hooked up to the power steering pump, otherwise I would ruin the pump. So let's turn around. The coolant temperature still perfect. So when we're back, let's check the oil level and underneath the car if there are any leaks. But first, proper cleanup, really important. Also, the soft top is 100% fine, so everything is going great. I'm really liking it. Let's put this thing down. The weather is way too good to be driving with the top up. And these lines tend to leak quite often, actually. Yeah. As you can see, it's leaking quite a bit. I'm really surprised at how much oil, grease, and I don't know what else was on the car, but everything came off pretty good with only a simple hand wash. So I can't wait to give it a new MOT once the power steering is sorted and the leak for the coolant is sorted. And as you can see, I'm super excited about the fact that the car is running, the car looks pretty good, and once everything is in there, the car immediately looks way better. So guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share the video. If you have any questions or whatever, leave it in the comment section below. And of course, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.